Maplewood Elementary School was busier than usual that Thursday morning. Students filed into the auditorium, eagerly awaiting a special performance from the local police department. In what was meant to be an educational and community-building program, Officer Jake arrived with Bruno, a specially trained German shepherd, known for his intelligence and unwavering discipline. The auditorium erupted in laughter and applause as Bruno demonstrated his quick-witted skills, listening to commands, tracking by scent, and performing a mock arrest. Teachers stood on either side smiling with satisfaction, and the children cheered as Bruno completed each task. For everyone, it was just another demonstration, nothing out of the ordinary. Officer Jake had no other thoughts than ending the program and taking Bruno back to the station. But what no one expected was that this seemingly peaceful morning would be the beginning of a secret buried for decades about to be revealed, and it all started with a wary look from Bruno. As the performance ended and the applause began to die down, Bruno's demeanor suddenly changed. His calm and controlled demeanor suddenly turned to his ears. His body tensed and his eyes fixed on a spot at the back of the hall, a large worn mural hanging near the fire exit. The mural depicting children sitting under a large tree reading had been a familiar part of the school for many years. But to Bruno, it was no longer just decoration. Officer Jake immediately recognized something was wrong. He had worked with Bruno long enough to know that the dog did not react indiscriminately. Bruno walked slowly toward the painting, hissing lowly, alert and urgent. "Bruno, come back," Jake commanded softly. But Bruno did not budge. Then, to the amazement of all the students and teachers present, Bruno rushed straight at the painting. With a powerful leap, his front leg slammed into the taut fabric, and within seconds his claws began to tear the bottom corner of the painting. Screams echoed throughout the hall. Some children panicked, and the teacher rushed over to intervene. Jake ran over, grabbed Bruno's leash, and gently pulled him back, but he continued to scratch at the painting, as if he were desperately trying to dig for something. Jake paused. In that moment, he caught a whiff of something strange, pungent, and chemical. This was no longer a gut reaction. Bruno had detected something serious. As the canvas tore, a thin layer of dust rose in the sunlight, filtering through the hall's high windows. Everyone held their breath, as the painting was not behind the concrete wall they had expected. Instead, it was an old plywood panel that fit snugly over the frame, with no handles or hinges. However, the right edge of the panel was slightly open, as if someone had tried to hide it, but wasn't careful enough. Bruno pressed his nose against the crack, let out a low growl, and stepped back to make room for Officer Jake. Carefully, Jake inserted his fingers into the crack and tugged. The panel slid silently away, revealing a recessed cavity in the wall. Light filtered in, illuminating a dusty object deep inside an old rusted metal box with an odd rectangular lock. "What the hell is this?" A teacher whispered, his face pale. Jake didn't answer. He gently pulled the box out, set it on the floor, and immediately called the station for backup. Although he didn't know what was inside, experience told him this wasn't something he should open himself. Bruno stood in front of the box, his eyes fixed on the box, as if protecting the entire hall from the secret inside. About 20 minutes later, the explosive squad and the special forensics unit arrived. While everyone was evacuated from the hall, the box was scanned with specialized equipment, and the results stunned the team. Not only were there traces of flammable chemicals, but also ancient papers, maps, and a handgun wrapped in burlap. But most notable was a thin file with smudged ink on it. Top secret, Operation Silent Fortress. The discovery of the box and its contents led to an immediate lockdown of the Jefferson Middle School campus. Within an hour, a federal investigation team arrived, armed with wall scanners, metal detectors, and a team of military history experts. What was initially supposed to be an educational demonstration became the scene of a decades-old secret. The box contained more than just a gun and old documents. It was evidence of a Cold War-era spy operation. Operation Silent Fortress, as the files state, was a covert operation by an American intelligence agency that took place in the 1960s and 1970s. The school, according to preliminary investigations, had been built on the site of a secret signal station that was used to communicate with spies operating overseas. The mural that once covered the box turned out to be a perfect cover. It had been hung in 1984 by an art teacher, completely unaware that there was a hidden compartment behind it. Inside the top-secret file, in addition to a map of the underground infrastructure, were photographs of intelligence officers, some of whom were still alive and whose identities were soon verified. Word quickly spread. News of a spy treasure found at a school caused a media frenzy. National television broadcasts continued, and historical organizations began to visit Jefferson Middle School for further research. As experts continue to uncover the remaining mysteries, locals from parents to longtime teachers are stunned. No one could have imagined that they had once walked right on a piece of the nation's secret history. And at the center of it all, there is still Bruno. The dog, once known only as a performing canine, has now become a symbol of vigilance, loyalty, and even historical discovery. In the days that followed, Jefferson Middle School became the focus of national attention. Police, media, and historians came and went from the once peaceful school. Many classrooms were temporarily closed to allow for an extensive investigation. Archaeologists and engineering experts began examining the school's foundations and discovered more startling details: old communication lines, a system of small underground chambers, and rusted radio equipment. While the authorities were busy, Bruno held a special place at the school. Students wrote thank you notes, drew pictures, and asked for pictures with the hero dog. Officer Jake couldn't hide his pride, but deep down, he knew this wasn't just luck or instinct. It was the result of rigorous training, absolute loyalty, and a sensitivity far beyond human ability. The local government held a ceremony to honor Bruno. He was awarded the Police Dog Medal of Valor, a prestigious award usually given to canines who have made exceptional contributions to the community. The entire school cheered as Bruno, wearing his shiny medal, walked up to the podium with Officer Jake. At the ceremony, the town's mayor said, "Not only did Bruno help uncover an important piece of history, he taught us that sometimes the greatest secrets are hidden in plain sight, and that sometimes it's the heart of a dog that holds the key to the truth." To a thunderous applause, Bruno lay down beside Jake, his tail wagging in thanks. And from that moment on, the entire town would forever look upon that dog with admiration, not just for an animal, but for a true hero. After the incident was widely reported, authorities in coordination with the Department of Defense officially confirmed Jefferson Middle School was once built on the site of a secret Cold War spy facility. The room behind the painting is not unique. It was once a dead drop used to exchange classified documents between intelligence officers. The documents found in the iron box not only provided valuable evidence of covert operations in the heart of the United States, but also revealed the names of people who had operated in the shadows, some of whom were still alive. A special team was formed to track down, identify, and interview these individuals in order to shed light on the entire intelligence network that had operated in the region. For the local community, the discovery of a buried secret in a familiar school building was not only a surprise, but also brought back memories and unanswered questions from years ago. Some older residents shared that they had heard rumors of tunnels and strange nighttime activities, but no one had ever confirmed them. Now, thanks to the keen sense of a police dog, the seemingly lost pieces of history are being pieced together. Bruno doesn't just solve a case, he connects the past to the present and gives the entire town a whole new perspective on a place they once considered normal.